Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I have always opined on this platform that President Uhuru Kenyatta is a very smart politician. He's shrewd. President Uhuru Kenyatta hardly makes political mistakes. He's not like Raila Odinga, who commits several political mistakes along the way. He's not like William Samoei Arap Ruto, who is normally in a hurry. Uhuru Kenyatta is a smart politician. I've just been thinking and took a paper and a pen after a gentleman on this platform pointed out to me something about President Uhuru Kenyatta. President Uhuru Kenyatta actually engineered high-profile defection from Azimio La Umoja movement to the United Democratic Alliance Party or to Kenya Kwanza. Those high-profile defections were actually intended to achieve specific political objectives. In this video, I want us to look at why Musalia Mudavadi defected to Kenya Kwanza. Why Waiguru, who is a close ally of President Uhuru Kenyatta, defected to UDA. Why Alfred Mutua defected to Kenya Kwanza. Why Amason Kingi defected to Kenya Kwanza. Why Justin Muturi defected to Kenya Kwanza. All those defections were actually engineered by none other than President Uhuru Kenyatta. So I want you to grab some popcorns and some water if you can, and lend me your ears very briefly. Before we go into all those details, in case you are watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and click that subscribe button. Because what we do on this channel is that we analyze politics in a way you can't find any other place. So the best thing is just click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will notify you. And I know there are so many people who are getting notifications, who are watching the channel, but they're not yet subscribed. So please confirm whether you are already subscribed. If not, just click that. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support. I want to be brief, but I want to begin by taking you back into history lane. William Ruto was with Raila Odinga in ODM party in 2007. After that election, which Raila Odinga actually won, William Ruto fought very hard for Raila Odinga. And there was an agreement that William Ruto was going to be the prime minister in that arrangement. And of course, Raila Odinga was never declared the president. And because Raila Odinga was never declared the president, he then decided that, because he was not made the prime minister, he decided that he was going to go with Mudavadi as the deputy prime minister. Initially, Mudavadi was supposed to be the vice president or the deputy president for that matter. That window was used by the intelligence, and they persuaded William Ruto to ditch ODM party. In fact, most people don't know that the move by William Ruto to dump ODM party and form his own political party was not his own. That was the work of intelligence. And that's why today in this country, there were these stories that Raila Odinga took Uhuru to Hague, he took Ruto to Hague. So they used the issue of the Hague and convinced the DP that the only way out for you is to come to the government. And William Ruto, having been part of the government, understood what that meant. Of course, that move made William Ruto become the deputy president for 10 years now. That's exactly what Uhuru Kenyatta did. Let me explain by beginning with Musalia Mudavadi. Why do you think President Uhuru Kenyatta engineered, if that's the case, the defection of Musalia Mudavadi from one Kenya alliance or from Azimio to join William Ruto? When Musalia Mudavadi announced the earthquake, most Kenyans were really waiting for the real earthquake. Very few people had anticipated that Mudavadi was going to join Ruto, although on this channel I had indicated so. Then he went. The truth of the matter is that President Uhuru Kenyatta wanted Musalia Mudavadi out of Kenya Kwanza and out of One Kenya equation. The defection of Musalia Mudavadi was engineered to achieve two main political objectives. The first objective was to kill NASA completely and anything in the name of One Kenya Alliance. You know, One Kenya Alliance had insisted that they were going to run for the presidency. Assuming today, Musalia Mudavadi and Weta stayed put. Of course, you buy Weta. I mean, you buy Mudavadi, you get Weta free. So we are not going to deal with Weta. But assuming Musalia Mudavadi, Wetangula, Kalonzo, Gideon was still in One Kenya Alliance today, we'd be talking of three forces. So they would have formed a third force. That's what Uhuru Kenyatta didn't want. Because Musalia Mudavadi was proving difficult, he was persuaded, he was helped to get out of Oka and John UDA. Once he got out of Oka, what Uhuru did was to ensure that there was no way Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka was going to leave Oka. So that was the work which was assigned to Gideon Moi. So he left. Once that happened, it created what Uhuru Kenyatta had purposed. It created room for a running mate from the larger Mount Kenya. Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga, immediately after the handshake, decided that the running mate of Raila Odinga was going to be someone from the larger Mount Kenya region. They just didn't know who that person would be. Initially, the former Raila Odinga supporters, Raila Odinga supporters did not really embrace this idea of a running mate coming from the mountain. They were happy that if Kalonzo was to, if Raila was to stick with Kalonzo Musyoka, and with a little support from President Uhuru Kenyatta from the larger Mount Kenya region, whether this is my plug, then the ticket of Raila and Kalonzo would easily win. So to deal with that is kill NASA, kill Oka, and then leave Kalonzo with no option. Create room for a running mate. And that's how now Martha Karua as a Kikuyu was brought on board. Let us go to the second person, who is Anne Waiguru. Anne Waiguru is a nobody in this country, politically speaking. Anne Waiguru is Anne Waiguru, politically speaking, because of one man, President Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru made Anne Waiguru. That's the truth. So when Anne Waiguru left Jubilee and made that surprise move to support Ruto, most people thought that it was actually Uhuru Kenyatta who sent her there because Uhuru was playing Raila. The truth of the matter is that by that time, Uhuru Kenyatta had identified Martha Karua as the potential running mate for Raila Odinga. By that time, Martha Karua was obsessed with the running for the Kirinyaga gubernatorial seat. You should have noted that the moment Anne Waiguru announced her move to join Ruto, Martha Karua slowed down her campaigns in Kirinyaga, her gubernatorial campaigns, because Anne Waiguru joining Ruto as a sitting governor, it was going to be very difficult. So she had to go back to the drawing board. So once that was done, it also offloaded the burden on President Uhuru Kenyatta, because Anne Waiguru, felt that she was entitled to be Raila Odinga's running mate. During BBI, she believed that she was supposed to be the face of the mountain, and that's why she was all over. So that burden of Uhuru, Uhuru had this kind of, relationship with Anne Waiguru dating back to the time they were at the treasury when Uhuru was finance minister. So Uhuru wanted to offload that burden of entitlement. And by doing that, by sending Anne Waiguru out of the picture, that is what paved way for Martha Karua. That's what created room for Martha Karua in Azimio. So the moment Martha Karua saw an opportunity. The moment Martha Karua saw Waiguru leaving and Girishi still remaining in as independent, that's when now Martha Karua decided to move to the Azimio side and started creating space for herself. That is Uhuru Kenyatta for you. Then before Kenyans knew, a gentleman called Alfred Mutua also defected from Azimio to Kenya Kwanza. Why do you think Uhuru Kenyatta initiated the defection? Because, it's not easy. The system can do that. They can send someone to go and convince Alfred Mutua, you see what you're doing, there's no need of you staying with Raila Odinga. You just need to move. Why do you think Uhuru Kenyatta decided now Alfred Mutua needed to leave? But not Ngilu and not Kibwana. Kibwana initially tried to move, but he was stopped. Alfred Mutua moved, he was allowed. Ngilu stayed put. The idea behind sending Alfred Mutua to William Ruto's side was just one. Stop Kalonzo Musyoka from joining Ruto. Kalonzo Musyoka cannot be with Alfred Mutua in the same camp. For Ngilu, he can work with Ngilu. But for Alfred Mutua, they can't be in the same camp. So once Alfred Mutua went there, was received, was given a seat, Kalonzo Musyoka, if he had any hopes of joining Ruto, it was not going to be possible. So by that time, Kalonzo Musyoka had options. Running for the presidency, being Raila Odinga's running mate, and also joining Ruto. So when the idea of joining Ruto now was shut, the options were now very limited for Kalonzo. Being Raila Odinga's running mate and running. Running was also reduced because Uhuru had engineered the defection of Musalia Mudavadi. So Alfred Mutua performed that role. And that's why today Kalonzo Musyoka doesn't know what to do, where to go to. But he has only one option: to join Raila Amolo Odinga. Then, while Kenyans were still chewing the defection of Mutua, that of Kingi came. Kingi defected. Again, in my view, based on my own observation, engineered by President Uhuru Kenyatta. The question is, why do you think President Uhuru Kenyatta engineered the defection of Amason Kingi? Because most people had hoped that Amason Kingi was going to stick, then consolidate the coastal region with the Raila Odinga, then he was going to contest. In my view, the United Democratic Alliance Party, UDA, had made good progress in the coastal region. So, how do you slow it down? Allow another party to join Kenya Kwanza. Give him a table at the high table. Give him a seat at the high table. That's what was done to Kingi. So once Kingi was given a seat at the high table, his party, PA, started taking charge of of Kenya Kwanza politics at the coastal region, specifically in Kilifi. The first thing they did, identify candidate A, B, C, D in Mombasa. My friend William Kingi, gone coast. They have a candidate, George Kithi. In Kilifi, George Kithi. All those other constituencies. So they had gubernatorial candidates. They were paraded. Aisha was there. Kithi was told, wewe mtu mdogo, toka. But the idea behind that was to slow down UDA. So once he was accepted back and he went back to Kilifi, Aisha Jumwa started seeing sense. And war erupted in Kenya Kwanza. Aisha Jumwa started throwing the words. So UDA at the coastal region slowed down. We are now talking of PA. UDA slowed down. That's what Uhuru wanted. Yeah. So if UDA had the hope of getting seats, they have been slowed down. So let PA win Yeah, you can deal with Kingi. But the main idea behind that move was to allow Raila Odinga focus and revamp his ODM party and make ODM party as the sole party in Kilifi, Mombasa, and the entire coastal region, except for Taita Taveta and Lamu for strategic reasons. So today, Raila Odinga can go to Kilifi as ODM. Previously, when Kingi was there, Kingi wanted a situation where if Raila Odinga goes to the coastal region, specifically in Kilifi, he wanted Raila Odinga to go as Azimio. He wanted Raila Odinga to go, just confusion was there. So Raila Odinga even didn't know how to deal with Kingi. Now in the coastal region, it's apparent that the leader now is Mombasa governor, as far as ODM is concerned, taking charge of operations there. So ODM as a political party is now facing off with Kingi and UDA as opponents. So ODM remains now the most dominant party. So those who are not comfortable living with Kingi are now left in ODM. Those who left with him have gone. That's what Uhuru Kenyatta wanted. Then before Kingi, before Mutua, there was Justin Muturi, a close associate of President Uhuru Kenyatta. In fact, when Muturi also left, Waiguru left, Muturi left, people started questioning, why are close allies of President Uhuru Kenyatta leaving for William Ruto? President Uhuru Kenyatta has operated with Muturi. He understands. This is a guy wanavuta naye sigara. They've done that for years. He knows his power. He knows his influence. He knows that for these elections, he's a nobody. If anything, Uhuru Kenyatta understood that Justin Muturi would not have any impact. I want to ask you a question. Is there any value Justin Muturi has added to William Ruto's camp apart from perceptual value? So basically, the reason why Uhuru let Muturi to go, he wanted to reduce list of potential running mates from the mountain. At the end of the day, he was left with Peter Munya. He was left with the Laikipia governor. He was left with the Nakuru governor. He was left with Peter Kenneth, Sabina Chege. Those five, Uhuru could control. Muturi did not even have a party, according to President Uhuru Kenyatta. So he had to go just to create space, because having been a Speaker of the National Assembly, he was going to add some perceptual value, and it was going to be very difficult, because on the other side, Ruto had said, my running mate, Uhuru had known that Ruto's running mate was going to be Rigathi. So to counter Rigathi, the only person was going to be Martha Karua. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. Thank you guys, and please, if you enjoyed this analysis, click that subscribe button now. Bye-bye.